Hi everybody, thank you so much for tuning in for our Facebook Live from the Caribbean Reef. My name is Beth and I'm part of the learning team here at Shed Aquarium. Today is Giving Tuesday and we're going to ask you to donate to the aquarium today to help us continue to spark compassion, curiosity, and conservation for the aquatic animal world, even while you're at home and I'm here on site. Today is a special day because on Giving Tuesday we have a match of up to $25,000. So any little bit you can give will help us to continue to carry out our mission every single day. So we are at the Caribbean Reef today, one of my favorite habitats, and we're going to do the thing that I love to do the most, connect people to animal habitats. As a member of the learning team here, it's what I do every single day, and we're doing this from the comfort of your own home. So in our habitat today, we are looking at a live feeding that's going on. Our diver is in the habitat doing what's called a broadcast feed. Now, this broadcast feed means he's essentially just putting food out for the animals to forage for as they would in the wilds. That food is a combination of all kinds of delicious, yummy treats like capelin and shrimp, some silver sides, all kinds of different things. And you might even see a pea swimming around in there too. Some of our animals eat some veggies. Now, we've been connecting people virtually to animals, even from home. This week, we're launching some brand new learning programs that will help you look nature in the eye even closer. Our family-friendly Z's Under the Seas program will launch this Friday, and we also have virtual aquarium adventures. So if you are a kid who is an animal fan, be sure to check that out. Now you may have seen some of our Cownose Rays checking out our diver up close. If you follow us on our Facebook page regularly, you might have heard this spring we did have some Cownose Rays pups that were born. Now those rays lived in the Stingray Touch exhibit over the summer and are nice and warm behind the scenes now for the winter time. Cownose Rays are really interesting critters because they are born fully ready to survive without their parents, much different than us humans. You're getting a really good look at all of that delicious food that's getting fed out. If it's lunchtime near you, I'm sure you're getting hungry looking at all this fish floating around in here for our animals to eat. Now, this Caribbean Reef habitat is a very special, iconic habitat at the aquarium. The habitat our diver is in right now is 90,000 gallons and has over 500 different fish that live in the habitat. It's 78 degrees too, which sounds pretty nice on a cold December day here in Chicago. Now, this habitat is also very special to the aquarium because we do a lot of conservation work in a habitat that looks much like the Caribbean Reef down in the Bahamas. Our conservation team studies sharks, grouper, and even heat-resilient corals in hopes of one day being able to replant the coral reefs so that way they can come back. So this Caribbean Reef habitat represents an area that we work a lot at in the wild. We'll continue to follow some of these beautiful animals around. Now, I did mention brand new programs for you to look nature in the eye. So those of you who may have had the opportunity to sleep with us at a Sleep with the Fishes, our sleepover program. That's not something we're able to do this year, but we have taken the best parts of that program and made that virtual for our Z's Under the Seas virtual slumber party. Our first one is this Friday, and then we have another one coming up later this month as well as in January. So taking the best parts of that program, but you get to sleep in the comfort of your own home while still looking at animals up close. If any of you out there are kindergartners through 5th grade and are big fans of jellies, seahorses, and sea dragons, or animals of the intertidal zone, you'll really love our Virtual Aquarium Adventures program. Those are some programs that are coming up later on so you can look nature in the eye from the comfort of your home. Now, some of you may have connected with us virtually during this time too for a field trip. We've been doing a lot of connections with classrooms and even homeschooling pods, being able to check out animals live from behind the scenes with our virtual field trip programs. So even though we might be closed to the public right now, curiosity is never canceled. For those of you who are just tuning in, We are coming to you live from the Caribbean Reef habitat, and my name is Beth. I'm in the learning team here at the aquarium. Today is Giving Tuesday, so we're doing this very special live from the Caribbean Reef to help us continue to spark compassion, curiosity, and conservation for the aquatic animal world. Because it's Giving Tuesday, we have a match of up to $25,000. So any little bit that you can give to us will be doubled by its impact. Now, if we want to take a look up close here, we have one of the more iconic animals who lives here in the Caribbean Reef, and one of my personal favorites. This is Nickel, our green sea turtle, swimming around as she does. She's a big turtle of over 200 pounds. Now, Nickel, you might notice, swims a little bit funny. That is because Nickel is actually a rescued green sea turtle. She was discovered off the Gulf Coast of Florida in 1998. She was found in the shallows in some sea grasses, and that wasn't normal for sea turtles, so she was taken to a rehabilitation center where it was discovered that she got hit by a boat. So that caused an injury, which is why she swims the way she does today. They tried to rehabilitate her, but this is kind of how she swims now. So in 2003, she made her journey up to Shedd Aquarium and has called the aquarium home ever since. Upon her arrival, our veterinary team did what they did when animals arrive. They did an examination and did an x-ray, and one of those x-rays showed us that she had a nickel in her throat. So we, of course, removed that nickel, but that nickel stuck around to be the name of this wonderful sea turtle that you're seeing live and up close today. Now, Nickel is a green sea turtle, and she is green because she is what she eats. You might see her swimming around chomping on some heads of lettuce. She eats 5 heads of lettuce a day, romaine, kale, bok choy, parsley, even different seasonal greens. And her green comes from the color of her fat cell. Yep, you are what you eat, folks. So she is green because of the green in her fat cells. Now, Nickel was actually featured in one of our Stay Home with Shedd episodes. So Stay Home with Shedd was a video series we produced this summer to help you look nature in the eye from home. And the greatest part about these is all of these videos are free on our website. And we even developed curriculum and activities to go along with them. So if you want to continue learning, go ahead and check those out on our website. They're really, really wonderful resources. Now, Nickel is one of our iconic animals here, but we have other iconic animals too. Some of you might have heard of a penguin named Wellington. Wellington and the other penguins who live with him are available to check out up close in virtual animal encounters. So we do virtual animal encounters with our penguins, our sea otters, even our sea lions. So other ways that you can look nature in the eye up close. Now, as promised, I told you you'd see some peas floating around in here. It looks like our diver is doing a feed of some smaller foods in those squeeze bottles there. It looks kind of like the squeeze bottles that ketchup and mustard come out of, but that's not ketchup and mustard for the animals who live here in the reef. You see how some of the smaller fish are gravitating towards that, whereas the larger fish were eating those bigger pieces he was feeding out earlier. Nickel, our sea turtles, get nice and up close with our diver there. Now, our diver comes into the habitat about 5 times a week, but we do feed the Caribbean Reef about 4 times a day. So some of those feeds happen in the water, and some of them happen up at the surface. So when we're in the water like this, we can check out the animals up close and even do a little bit of cleaning if we need to. Now, even though we're closed to the public, essential animal care staff are on site every single day helping to care for our animals, doing everything from feeding to medical examinations or treatments to cleaning habitats and getting things ready for when we reopen our doors again someday here soon. We're really thankful for all of the work that they do to care for our 1,500 different species who call the aquarium home. There's so many wonderful fish swimming around. I see one of our large silver tarpon coming up close. Now those tarpon are probably some of the biggest fish in here. We do also have a 4-foot moray eel who lives in this habitat as well. Those tarpon are really interesting animals. Some of the earliest nail files were actually made from scales from the tarpons. The base of the tarpon scale is rough enough to file your fingernails down. Who knew? I see a couple of my other favorite animals in here. We got a couple of puffers that are swimming around right past Nickel in the middle of the habitat, going up towards the surface. Those are some animals you may have heard of before that kind of puff up to protect themselves. My favorite animal is coming up right below. That is a red-banded parrotfish, and the reason why I love that fish so much is it reminds me of those candy dots that come on the pieces of paper. The blue and the pink and the yellow, it has the same exact color pattern. I just think they're just such a beautiful fish. Now, if you have any questions, we'll be sure to answer those questions in the comments later on, but I hope you're enjoying checking out the Caribbean Reef with me today. Getting a really good look at some of the food coming out of those squirt bottles there for all of our different fish. A really good look at that puffer that just swam right past. All right, well, thank you all so much for tuning in to our Facebook Live today. A reminder, today is Giving Tuesday, so any little bit that you can give can help support the aquarium to spark compassion, curiosity, and conservation for the aquatic animal world. Today, those donations are going to be matched up to $25,000. So go ahead and hit that donate button in the live, and thank you so much for tuning in today. Have a wonderful, safe day, everyone.